Hello guys and welcome to the VPG Champions League and the Europa League live draw. So today we're going to cover both competitions, the round of 32, the cash prizes and obviously any new rules we are implementing into the knockout stage. So first guys, we're going to go over the Champions League, go over the 32 teams that have made it and then show you the Europa League, and then we're going to get into the live draw. Welcome all to the stream. Do let me know in the comments section on the stream which team you are from, and I'll give you a little shout out. I know VPG Balkans here, the admin of VPG Balkans, so welcome to the stream. Let's get started with the Champions E-League. So we've got the 32 best teams in Europe who qualified through the group stages, and they are. So in first place position, who came top of the groups, we have SC Schwabach from Germany, Zeal22 from Romania, Magicals from Holland, Wisla Plock from Poland, Digital Sports from Germany, Poise from Portugal, HSL from Italy, Real Sociedad from Spain. We have Leda Esports from Spain, Besiktas from Turkey, Betclic Apogee from Portugal, One Mind from Italy, MKE from Turkey, MGT Big Boys from England, UE Velasar from Spain, and Equizzers also from Spain. So they are the 16 teams that finished in the first place position for the Champions E-League. For the teams that finished in the second place is Basaksehir from Turkey, Cavarese from Italy, Darkside from Russia, Cyberbilki from Russia, Palermo Esports from Italy, PMI from Spain, we have Off Pitch from Norway, C Osasuna from Spain, Autopic from France, Reborn from England, Fantastic Esports from Croatia, MGT Esport from France, Hellas Esports from Greece, Alte Esport from Turkey, Nerd Esports from Portugal, and Radniki Esports from Serbia. So yeah, as you can see, just like VPG Balkans, as just said, strong Spain, a lot of teams. Yeah, the Spanish community, as you can see, they're very strong. A lot of them qualified into the round of 32. So that is how it's going to work. So for the Champions League round of 32, first place positions will play against the second place positions. So before we get into the Champions League knockout stage draw, I'm going to go through the Europa League. So as the Europa League, how that worked is the third place in the Champions League. So if they came in the third position in the Champions League groups, they would drop down to the Europa League. So there's 16 teams that drop down into the Europa League, which are VFC Krasnodar from Russia, La Bestia from Germany, VX300 from Italy, MTK Budapest from Hungary, Northampton Town from England, Esport Maribor from Slovenia, I think, Road to Glory from Russia, QPR Esports from England, Charlton Athletic from England, JHZ from Italy, S4W from Czechia, MDF Spidabit from Italy, SAF from England, MTLK eFoot from France, Finesse GCFC from England, and the Mons Calpe also from England, but their structures from Gibraltar, so yeah, Mons Calpe as well. So they are the 16 teams that got, well, I won't say relegated, but they dropped down from the Champions League into the Europa League. So that's the third place rankings. The teams that finished first and second in the Europa League group stage are Moulin Rouge from Egypt, VFL 1848 from Germany. We have Prospects FC from England, GTZ Esports from Portugal, and Antalyaspor from Turkey, RCD Espanyol from Spain, FC Famalicão from Portugal, HGE from Italy, Vesprem from Hungary, UDFAF from Italy, VFC Sunrise from Russia, Brescia Esports from Italy, AFL XI from Turkey, FIFA 4 Fighters from Germany, JB Deltaland from Italy, and Vikings from Norway. So how the Europa League will work, a team from the third place Champions League will play either first and second from the groups from the Europa League. It's because don't forget, a lot of teams did drop down. 16 teams dropped into the Europa League, so it makes sense to do it that way. It was already in the rules from the beginning. So that is that for the Europa League. So guys, let's start off with the Champions League. The cash prizes are as follows. First place is $2,000, second $250, third $150, and fourth $100. So if you reach the semi-finals, you're guaranteed a cash prize. So very strong sides left in the competition. Literally, I don't even know who to predict for a winner. Very, very strong sides. As you can see, obviously, the Spanish sides are probably one of the favourites. As you can see, there's a lot of them there. But yeah, let's go. So as you can see, guys, I'll show you how it's going to work. As you can see on the screen, 16 fixtures, 32 teams. We're going to start off with obviously the first place rankings. They will not play each other against the second place. So what we'll do from the live draw machine, which is here, I'll just click, I'm not sure if you can see it on the screen, Champions League first place, Champions League second place, Europa third place, and Europa League first and second. So we're going to start off with the Champions League first place. That's all the 16 teams in here. So none of these 16 teams will be playing each other. So what we're going to do, we're going to do all the 16 teams that finished in the first place first, get them out of the way, and then that's when the fixtures will start coming into play. Okay, so let's get this underway. We're going to start off with fixture 1. So team 1, fixture 1. So the first team is going to be in fixture 1. And that is Europa Esports from Spain. So Europa Esports from Spain. I'm pretty sure they did have a name change. But Europa are the team pulled out first with the first fixture. Oh, is the music on? Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about the music. I swear I turned it off. My bad, my bad. At least it should be quite low now. I do apologise for that. If it does need changing, do let me know. But the first fixture is Europa Esports. That got pulled out of the virtual system. Now let's move across into the next. Thank you for letting me know, Ivan. Appreciate it. Is eQuizzes. So eQuizzes are the next team. They're going into fixture 2. So then we're doing all the teams that finished in the first place positions. So that's eQuizzes. So they are in the second fixture. Now let's move across into the next one. Is RO32 from Romania. Esports Premier side, Zeal. They won the Premier on the PlayStation 4, came over to the PS5, doing well. Let's see how they got on this season. They also play in the Balkan League and Romania, so that's Zeal as the third fixture. Moving across into the next one. We have Besiktas from Turkey. Another strong side. Also, I think they're taking part in the Esports Premier now. Yes, they got promoted from the Premier A system. And now they're playing in the Esports Premier now. Besiktas from Turkey are the fourth fixture. Big shout out to Adesat Ramos from Spain. Obviously a player or a manager for UE Villasar. Moving across into the next one. We have a Wisla Plock from Poland. Now Wisla Plock are the best team in Poland. They won the VPG Polish League and they're also in the Esports Premier. I think they are the only Polish team in the Esports Premier. So they are definitely a team to watch out for in this competition. Now moving across into the next one. So we just saw Wisla Plock. Real Sociedad from Spain. As fixture number 6 is Real Sociedad. The champions of the Esports Premier last season and now want to get the double and win the Champions E-League. Welcome, Kloss, to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I'm moving across into the next one. We're just doing all the first place teams first. Is it Villa? They are fixture 7. Villa. Another strong side from Spain. And let's take a look at the next one. We have MKE and Karaguku from Turkey. And that is fixture 8. MKE from Turkey. Now let's move across into the next one. Welcome KTS Punto to the stream. For the next one we have Betclic Apogee, which will be fixture number 9. Betclic from Portugal. Pretty sure they are the champions of Portugal, or currently in the title race for it. Esports Premier as well. So Betclic are the 9th team for the ninth fixture. Aaron Jaiga, welcome to the stream. Move across into the next one. We have Magicals. So Magicals from Holland. It's the 10th fixture. Magicals are a very strong side. I'd probably say they are probably one of the favourites at the minute as well. They've been on form in the pre-season preparing for the Esports Premier. I'm moving across into the next one. We just saw Magicals got pulled out. And we have HSL from Italy. The 11th fixture, HSL. Now it's going to start getting a little bit more exciting, as that's when we know which teams play against each other. So that's HSL. I'm moving across into the next one. There's not many teams left from the first place rankings, which is Poise from Portugal. The 12th team. Poise, another very strong side from Portugal. Poise Gaming. Let's move across into the next one. Which is SC Schwabach from Germany. The 13th team. SC Schwabach from Germany. Moving across into the next one. We have MGT Big Boys from England. I think they are one of the only English teams in the Champions League. I think it's MGT Big Boys and Reborn. Only 2 English sides left. It just shows you, like just Balkan just said, so many top teams now. Literally in the past FIFAs, it might have been just like 2 or 3 teams that were always fighting against each other. But now, there's just too many strong teams to even just predict. I mean, you can predict a few, but so many of these teams that I've just called out have a chance of winning. So, And moving across into the next one. We have Digital Sports from Germany, which is the 15th team. So whichever, it doesn't matter which of the teams that came runners up, they've got a strong team straight away. It doesn't matter who they play against. All the sides that I've just called out are very strong. So it's going to be tough. All those teams are very, very tough. And now for the last team in the first place. Is One Mind. That's a tough 16 teams. It's literally just... If you are one of the teams that are in the runners-up position, who would you be counting for out of all them? Who would you want to play against out of all them? Every single one of them are strong. I couldn't choose which one I'd want to play. But then that is a tough competition for sure. Okay guys, now I'm preparing the second place positions for the Champions League. Just give me a moment while I set this up. I'm also going to look... give me a moment. I'm just going to get on the Discord and just make sure that teams aren't playing each other from the same group. So if you were in the same group, if you have the same team in the knockout stages that when you were in the same group together, that's not going to happen. We're going to put that onto the next fixture. I'm going to explain that shortly. Just give me a moment. Okay, so okay, I've got that. Perfect. I've got all the groups here. Okay, cool. Okay, guys, so how it's going to work is, let's say, for example, Leda Esports, in the group stages, Leda Esports were in group, let's take a look what group Leda Esports were in. They were in group I. So if Auto Pick from France, if they get called out, they can't play against each other, so it will go to the next fixture. So if 13 Auto Pick does get chosen in the next draw, they will automatically play against the Acquisers. So if you do come across against a team that were in the same group, they will go to the next fixture. So we don't want to make you guys play the same team in the same group. So we'll do that. So let's take a look at the Champions League second place. We have them ready now. So this next fixture is going to be playing against Leda Esports. So Leda Esports are going to be playing against Cyber Bilky from Russia. So that is our first fixture. Cyber Bilky from Russia. Our first fixture of the Champions League round of 32. Now for the next one we have Acquisers. Now let's take a look to see who Acquisers had in the same group, because we want to make sure that they didn't have the same team. So Acquisers, which group were Acquisers in? Give me a moment. Vista Clark, Digital Sports, Poise, HSL, Real Sociedad, Leda. Okay. Okay. I think I have it. I think they were under a different name last time. Just give me a moment, guys, while I just check this. Acquisers. I'm pretty sure they had a new name. They had another name last time. Let me just double check. Last group. Let's take a look. Was it? Okay. So they've got a new name now. That makes sense. Okay, so Acquisers do have a new name, which is Arauza North. That's why I couldn't find them. Yeah, so they'll be represented in a new organisation called Arousa North. But Quizzes, they can't have Radniki. They can have Radniki. So if we do pull out Radniki now, that fixture will not count. So let's take a look. I got confused then as we could do it. What's their new name called? But yeah, 13 auto pick from France will be playing against Quizzes. Another very strong side. Good fixture, that one. Versus Quizzes, but with their new name, Arousa North. Now for the next fixture, Zeal 22. They were in Group B. So if Carolarese from Italy do get called out, that fixture will not happen. So let's take a look to see who Zeal will have. Başakşehir Esport from Turkey. So Zeal play Başakşehir, if that's how you pronounce it, from Turkey. Well, they do play in the Dutch league, so they do have the Dutch flag, but I'm pretty sure they have a mixture of players from Holland and Turkey. So Zeal will play them. Now for the next one we have Besiktas. Now Besiktas, they came top of the group obviously, and the group they came top of was Group J. So if Reborn from England gets called out, then that fixture will not happen. So let's take a look. Is Radniki. So Radniki versus Besiktas. I think Radniki are from Serbia. And they go against Besiktas from Turkey. Now for the next one we have Wisla Plock. Now Wisla were in Group D. Before they had Cyber Bilki, who came second in Group D. So the next fixture will automatically go into the round of 32. And we have MGT Esport. MGT Esport. They are from France, but they have a mixture of players from France and Swiss. They qualified through the Swiss League. So MGT Esport will be playing against Wisla Plock. Now for the next one we have Real Sociedad Esports Premier Champions. The group they won was Group H. They had another Spanish side in their group called CA Osasuna. So if CA Osasuna does get pulled out in this next fixture, that will not happen. So it will go to the next one. So let's just take a look to see who will face the Esports Premier Champions. Is Fantastic Esports from Croatia. What a match they have. What a tough match they have. Can Fantastic Esports from Croatia do the underdog story against the Esports Premier Champions Real Sociedad? Yeah, as Adesat Ramos said, UE Varasar are in Group O. Yeah, they won 5 out of the 6 games. Yeah, perfect. So UE Varasar Group O, and the team that came in second was Nerd Esports. So if Nerd Esports do get pulled out, that fixture will not happen. So let's take a look to see what it will be. Playing against UE Varasar is Palermo Esports from Italy. Palermo Esports from Italy. Another strong side taking part in Serie A in the VPG Italian system. And then we'll be going head to head against UE Varasar. Let's take a look to see where Palermo came and which group they were in. Let's just take a look. So Palermo were in Group E. They won 3, drew 1, lost 2. and just lost it by first place Digital Sports. So for the next team, we have MKE Ankara Gucu from Turkey. A very, very, very strong side. They were in Group M. And the second place was Hellas Esports from Greece. So if Hellas gets pulled out now, that fixture will not happen. So let's take a look. We have PMI Esports from Spain. So MKE, and that is the 8th fixture, the halfway point of the round of 32 draw for the Champions E-League. The Europa League will be next, obviously, after this one. So let's move across into the 10th fixture. Who will be playing against BetClick Apogee? So for BetClick, they came in Group K. Fantastic Esports came second. So the next fixture will happen because Fantastic have already been pulled up against Real Sociedad. And we have Off Pitch from Norway. So BetClick will be playing against Off Pitch from Norway. Very, very strong fixture, that one. We have a few casters for the round of 32 as well. We have George Overton, who recently just did the casting for the E-Premier League, the English Premier League for the FIFA Ultimate Team. He was live on BT Sport, I think it was, or Sky Sports. He'll be covering the VPG Champions League. We're not sure which match he's going to cover, but he'll be covering that on the VPG YouTube channel from next week. We also have Leo Madiba, the head admin from VPG Spain. He'll be covering some of the Spanish fixtures, so maybe he might cover the Real Sociedad Fantastic, Villassar Palermo. We'll discuss and promote the matches that we think. We also have the Portuguese. They'll be covering either BetClick or Poise Gaming or Nerd. So yeah, we'll let you know of the casted matches once the draw has been done, and we'll choose which ones will be live on the official channels. And then for the next fixture, we have Magicals. So Magicals, a very, very strong side from Holland. In their group stages, they came top of Group C, and in runners-up was Darkside. So Magicals were unbeaten in the groups. They won 3 and drew 3, lost 0. And Darkside were runners-up as well. So if Darkside does get pulled up, that fixture will not count. And it's Calarese from Italy. So Magicals will play against Calarese for the 10th fixture. Very strong side, very strong fixture, that one. Now moving across into HSL from Italy. Now HSL, they came top of Group G. And in second place was Off Pitch. Off Pitch have already been drawn against BetClick. So the next fixture is going to go ahead. So let's take a look to see what it will be. We have Altay Esport from Turkey. We have Altay Esport. Against HSL from Italy. Now for next one, Poise Gaming. Poise Gaming from Portugal. They came top of Group F, winning 5, drawing 1 and losing 0. And in the second position was PMI. PMI have already been called up against MKE, so the next fixture will also go ahead. And it's Hellas Esports from Greece. I know they have quite a lot of Italians in their team as well. They've got a Greek organisation, but most of the players in their team are from Italy, and they're a very good side as well. Now for the next one is SC Schwabach from Germany. They got promoted from Premier B last season. They won the league, and now they're in the Esports Premier. They fight in the Liga 1 Germany, in the VPG Germany competition as well. Now let's take a look to see how Schwabach got on in the group stages. They won Group A, winning 5, drawing 1, losing 0. And in second place was Başakşehir, which have already been called up against Zeal. So the next fixture will also go through, which is Dark Side from Russia. So Schwabach will play against Dark Side from Russia. Dark Side did pretty well in their group as well. They've been drawn up against Schwabach, if that's how you pronounce it. Now MGT Big Boys, team from England. They won Group N, and in second place was Alte. Alte Esports have already been put up against HSL, so the next fixture will also be perfect. Perfect draw at the minute. We've not had any problems, but we have Reborn. 2 English sides get drawn up against each other. That's not a problem. They were both in different groups. There are only 2 English sides left in the competition, and only one of them will be going through into the round of 16. Let's move across into the next one, Digital Sports. Only 2 teams left. Who will Digital Sports be facing in the round of 32? And it's Nerd Esports. So Digital Sports, let's take a look how they got on. Digital Sports won Group E, or dominated Group E, shall I say. Unbeaten in that group. And now they'll be facing off against Nerd Esports from Portugal. Now for the last fixture, One Mind KRC. Let's take a look to see who One Mind will be facing. One Mind will be playing against CA Osasuna. Now that is a strong fixture. One Mind, I think they finished in 2nd or 3rd place in the Esports Premier last season. They're still in the Champions League because they qualified through the Serie A VPG Italy. They're taking a break from the Esports Premier this season. Oh, I did that one wrong. My bad, guys. So it was CA Osasuna. I did that twice. Give me a minute. CA Osasuna. There we go. Fixed it. Cheers, guys. Cool. So that is the Champions E-League round of 32, guys. We have Leda Esports taking on Cyber Bilki, E-Quizzes versus 13 Auto Pick, Zeal 22 versus Başakşehir. We have Besiktas taking on Radniki. We have Wisla versus MGT Esports, Real Sociedad versus Fantastic, UE Villasar versus Palermo, MKE versus PMI. We have Betclic Apogee versus Off Pitch, and Magicals versus Cavallerese, HSL versus Alte, Poise Gaming versus Hellas Esports, SC Schwabach versus Darkside, MGT Big Boys versus Reborn, Digital Sports versus Nerd Esports, and One Mind versus CA Osasuna. So that is your round of 32 for the Champions E-League. Just going to take a minute and then I'm going to prepare for the Europa League. Thanks for being patient to all the Europa League teams. If you've been in here, thank you for patient. Your draw will start now. So now we're moving across into the Europa League. If you need to get your screenshots, get your screenshots. That's the fixtures for the round of 32. That will start on... Fixtures will start obviously on Monday. So we're gonna, yeah, we'll start on Monday. If they want to play it during the week, they can. They need to arrange it, but because there's no VPG Europe on, there shouldn't be any issues. So games will probably go on the Monday. We'll probably do 2 games a week while the fixtures aren't on. We'll probably do round of 32 on the Monday, a round of 16 on the Thursday, and then the following week after that. So yeah, we'll do 2 rounds per week due to no VPG Europe action. Now let's start moving the teams, and let's prepare for the Europa League. Thanks for being patient, guys. Hopefully your fixtures, you're happy with them. Obviously some of you won't be, because obviously there's some very strong teams in this competition. Now it's time to move across into the Europa League system. And we are set and ready, guys. Just going to take a little 2-minute break, and then we'll start the Europa League with the 3rd slots who drop down from the Champions League. Okay guys, and we are back. We are back for the Europa League now. We've just witnessed the Champions League. Round of 16, the draw was completed. We'll post it on the socials afterwards. Now let's start off with the Europa League. As you can see, the draw is here. In this virtual system, there's 16 teams that got dropped from the Champions League into the Europa League. So we're going to start off with them, and then we'll move into the 1st and 2nd place from the group stages from the Europa League. So let's start this underway. We have VX300 Hypnotics. So for the first team, first fixture, it's VX300. Give me a moment. VX300 from Italy. Move across into the next one. We have a SAF from England. Another strong side. Hashpa is the manager, and that is SAF. Now for the next fixture. Once we do the first 16, it will start getting a little bit more exciting as we start to see who will play each other. So La Bestia. La Bestia from Germany. So all these teams we're calling out, they dropped out of the Champions League, finishing in 3rd place. So these are the 3rd place Champions League teams that dropped into the Europa League. So that's La Bestia. We have Finesse GCFC from England. That was the fourth fixture, which was Finesse. Now for the next one. Is Charlton Athletic from England. A lot of English sides dropped out of the Champions League, as you can see, and fell into the Europa League. As you can see, there's 3 there: Saf, Finesse and Charlton. For the next one, we have S4W squad from Czechia. Now moving across into the next one. We have Mons Calpe. The team's from Gibraltar, but most of the players are from United Kingdom. That is the 7th team to be pulled out of the Europa League, which is a Mons Calpe. Now for the 8th. We have MTK Budapest from Hungary. Very strong side. They compete in the HPCL, which is the Hungarian community. Their league. I think they've been champions many times before. MTK Budapest. They are the 8th team to be called out of the system. And moving across into the 9th. We have Road to Glory from Russia. Another very strong side. They've been in the Pro Clubs community for a very long time. They compete in VPG Russia. That's Road to Glory. Now for the next one. Is Northampton Town from England as the 10th team. Now moving across into the 11th. Let's take a look to see who we have. We have MTLK eFoot from France. MTLK. Play in Ligue 1 France. Once this third place positions, once they have been finalised, it starts getting more exciting. We'll start seeing the fixtures very shortly. Now QPR Esports are the next to be pulled up as the 12th team to be pulled up in the third slots, who finished in the Champions League and been dropped into the Europa. So that is QPR Esports. Now for the next one. We have MDF Spidibit from Italy, which is the 13th team. Only 3 teams left from the third slots from the Champions League. We have Esport Maribor, Esport Maribor will play in the VPG Balkan competition. Now only 2 more slots left. And we have VFC Krasnodar from Russia. Another side that's been in the Pro Clubs community for many, many years. If you're watching this and you've been in the Pro Clubs community, I'm pretty sure you've heard of the name VFC Krasnodar. And then for the last team to be pulled up in this system is Team JHZ from Italy. So that is the 16 teams that dropped from the Champions League into the Europa League. That last one was Team JHZ. So now guys, we're going to move across into the teams that finished in first and second in the group stages for Europa. So now we're going to start seeing the fixtures come underway. So for the first Europa League fixture of the night, we have Moulin Rouge against VX300 Hypnotics. The Moulin Rouge. They also take part in the Esports Premier. They got promoted last season from the Premier A, Premier B system, which is the second tier, now playing in Esports Premier, and also in the Europa League. Now moving across into the next fixture, SAF. They'll be playing against Prospects FC from England. So two English sides will be playing against each other. That's the fixture number 2, SAF against Prospects. Now moving across into the next fixture, we have Vikings from Norway, and they'll be playing against La Bestia. That's Vikings from Norway. Now for the fourth fixture, we're playing against Finesse. Is HGE from Italy. So HGE. Did they change team names? I think they might have done. HGE. I'm pretty sure they changed the name and I don't have the updated name on here. I think they were called Napoli. I'm pretty sure they were Napoli. So I'm going to put Napoli because I'm pretty sure that was their old name and now they're called HGE. Let me just take a look. Just to confirm from Discord, I'm pretty sure HGE. Give me one moment guys, I just want to double check. I don't want to get into the whole stream and make a mistake, so I'm just double checking to make sure that is who they are. Yep, so HGE Esports formerly known as Napoli are now called HGE. So that one is correct. Just making sure. So Finesse will be playing against HGE, which on the screen is Napoli Esports. Now for the next fixture, we have Antu Squad from Czechia. Is AFL XI from Turkey. Did AFLXI have a different name as well, or have they always been called that? 'Cause I'm struggling to find See, it makes things hard when teams do change their name mid-competition. I'm pretty sure they were called HAK3. Let me just take a look. I'm pretty sure they were called HAK3, but obviously they've had a name change. His manager's name's Emre. Let's take a look. Change our team name and logo. Yes, I'm pretty sure that was the one. Just double checking. Makes it hard because when they start off a competition with one name, once they change it come the knockout stages, it can get a bit confusing. So just double checking. I'm pretty sure this was the right name. Let's see. Yeah, HAK3. That's right. So S4W are against HAK3, which they do have a new name now, which their new name is AFLXI. But that was their name from the group stage. And moving on to the next fixture, we have UD Faf from Italy. UD Faf will be taking on Mons Calpe from England. And then for the 8th fixture, facing MTK Budapest, is a VFL 1848 Esports from Germany. And they're playing against MTK Budapest. Now there's 8 teams left, 8 fixtures left. Let's take a look to see who will be next. Playing against Road to Glory from Russia. Is GTZ Esports from Portugal. GTZ. Another fantastic side. Play in VPG Europe. And they play in the Portuguese system as well. And they come across against Road to Glory from Russia. Now for the next fixture. Only 7 fixtures left. We have Veszprém from Hungary. And they'll be playing against Northampton Town from England. Now for the next fixture, we have FC Famalicão from Portugal. For the 11th fixture, they'll be playing against MTLK from France. Now taking on QPR Esports from England. My former team will be playing RCD Espanyol from Spain. Oh, I think these have a new name as well. It's so hard trying to remember everyone who's done a name change. RCD Espanyol. Trying to find what their name was in the... RCD Espanyol. Give me a moment, guys. I'm trying to find... It's a tough one for QPR Balkan. It's a tough one. I'm just trying to find RCD Espanyol here. As you can see, they've just been called out. RCD Espanyol. Struggling to find what their team name was called in the group stages. Group F. Let me take a look which was Group F. Group F RCD. They must have had a new name change recently, because I can't see their name at the minute, because I have all their names basically. Group F, bro. Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, they've got a new team name. Let me just take a look at the Europa League on the group stages, see who the manager is, then I'll know who it is. So you say Group F, RCD Espanyol. The manager is Kylian Eltete. Oh, they've had a new team. Let me... See, this makes things so hard. Let me take a look at the other picture. Give me a minute, guys. Let me go to the info. We have the Europa League, which is here. The Spanish teams in... So RCD Espanyol's there. But let me just change this a minute. This was the group stages. We go back to the group stages image, which was this one, I'm pretty sure. No, wrong one. 1 minute. Let's go back to the group stages images, then I'll find it. Europa all teams. Why is it not changing? Oh, there we go. Later. Probably later. Esports. Must have been later. Now obviously they've got a new name. See, a lot of teams do swap organisations after the VPG Europe season, because in the Lader are now in the Champions League. Under it, they must have had a new name swap. That's the only thing that does make things a little bit tough when people do name changes and you have to try to figure out who's what. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put Lader, because that's what it does say on the stream here, as you can all guys see. So Lader were in the competition, so now they've had a name change, which is RCD Espanyol. So I'm going to change QPR Esports. And it would have been against RCD, but it's now Lader. It's definitely them, 100%. Just checked. So QPR Esports will be playing against RCD Espanyol. I've got to write these lists down, because obviously there's been like 3 or 4 name changes now, so I do need to keep an eye on it. So we have Lader swap for RCD. There was another one in this. There was HAK3. Swap for, what's HAK? It's AFLXI. And pretty sure there's one more as well. Let's go into VFL okay. First pen for Michael Lader. But no, might be it for now, from what I can remember. Napoli. So Napoli have a new name as well. So Napoli, that was their old name. And as you can see on the screen when I go back to it, Napoli was their old name. But their new name is HGE. So there's 3 teams that had a name change in this competition. And I'll swap that after the live stream. So QPR Esports will be playing against RCD. Cool. Okay, sorry guys for the delay. 4 fixtures left. Let's get on to it. Just double checking and making sure. Obviously I don't want to make any mistakes. So next one is JB Deltaland. So JB Deltaland. They definitely haven't had a name change. Yep, they haven't. So remember them. So JB Deltaland play against another Italian side, MDF Spidabit. 3 fixtures left. Let's take a look to see who'll be playing against the Maribor. It's VFC Sunrise from Russia. So that is the 14th fixture. There's only 2 left. And it's FIFA 4 Fighters from Germany for the 15th fixture. FIFA 4 Fighters. We're playing against VFC Krasnodar from Russia. And then for the last fixture, taking on Team JHZ. And the last team in the virtual pot, we have Brescia Esports from Italy. So that is your round of 32, guys, for the Europe system. I do apologise for the few small issues with the name changes. Obviously, when they do a name change after the group stages, there's a week break from the group stages to the knockouts. So when that happens, if teams do change the organisation, if we haven't updated it for the graphics, then yeah, it can be hard to find out which one's which. We don't want to make any mistakes. Yeah, we'll go through the fixtures now. We have VX300 taking on Moulin Rouge. We have SAF taking on Prospect FC. La Bestia taking on Vikings. We have Finesse GCFC taking on Napoli, but Napoli's new name is HGE Esports. We have Charlton taking on Antalyaspor. We have S4W Squad taking on Hake Esports, but Hake's new team name is AFLXI. We have Mons Calpe taking on UD Faf. We have MTK Budapest taking on VFL 1848. We have Road to Glory taking on GTZ. We have Northampton Town taking on Vesprem. We have MTLK taking on FC Famalicão. We have QPR Esport versus Lleida, but Lleida's new team name is RCD Espanyol. And we have MDF Spidabit taking on JB Deltaland. Esport Maribor taking on VFC Sunrise. VFC Krasnodar taking on FIFA 4 Fighters. And Team JHZ taking on Brescia. So that is the round of 32 for the Europa League system. I'd like to thank you all for watching, guys. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck to all the teams in the knockout stages. All the teams, all the fixtures will be placed onto the VPG platform. I'd say in around 2 to 3 hours they'll probably be on there. I'll post in the Discord Champions League and Europa League chats in regards to new rules with the height restrictions. They will be in place for the knockout stages. Best of luck next week, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.